up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. More excitement coming from the blue oval Ford. Not with just any ordinary vehicle. This is more information on that highly anticipated 2025 Mustang GTD. And I have some information, new information about what the special editions are going to be all about. And that goes without saying that the Mustang GTD itself is already special enough as it is. So let's find out, what does Ford have up its sleeve, especially with the GTD getting its first public appearance ever in motion at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Let's get to it. And there she is, right at the starting line at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. So what is Goodwood? So each year, Goodwood holds this particular event. They hold many events at Goodwood. This one is known as the Festivals of Speed. And basically what it does is it involves a 1.2 mile hill climb. So you're starting, as you can see in this photo, at the start point, and you're going to go 1.2 miles up a twisty, treacherous bend of asphalt to the top. And what's fascinating is that this has become such a major automotive event that it's not just about racing up the hill climb. And they do have that class of vehicles that are going to race to see who's the fastest up the Goodwood hill climb event. But they also allow manufacturers to show off their wares, so to speak. So, like I said in the video, even though the GTD, Mustang GTD, has been seen at the Nürburgring testing, going after that sub 7 minute lap time, they've even been seen driving around Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, because they're doing all the official road tests and everything else for it before it goes into production. This is officially the first time that the vehicle is being seen in motion at a public event. Every other time before this, like when I saw it at the Rolex 24 Hours Daytona, it was stationary. Or when I first saw it at the Detroit Auto Show, where we did that amazing, Lori and I did an amazing walk around of the vehicle as it sat on the display at the Detroit Auto Show. This now is a chance to see it in action. Plus, they released some new information. So here is the nitty-gritty on the new information. We already brought you an in-depth vlog about what the price was going to be. Starting price is going to be $325,000. That's a chunk of change for what some people would call just a Mustang. I'm here to tell you, and I will continue to tell you, this is not just a Mustang. And here's one of the many reasons why. So you're going to have 6 standard colors. Those are colors that you could choose from that are standard. That's what you get at the $325,000 price point. They're going to have an extended color palette lockout. So there's literally going to be thousands of colors that customers can choose from. Now, many of those colors will be colors that you bring to Ford. I know that may sound weird. Think about it. Let's say you have this special blue ribbon that you won in your first field day event back in elementary school, and you're so proud of that ribbon. And it's a certain shade of blue. It's not like the blue on the Mustang GTD that you're seeing here at Goodwood go up the hill climb. It's this blue that when you see it, you think about, man, you were awesome in that 3-legged race. You were awesome in the potato sack race. You did the obstacle course the fastest. You could take that ribbon to Ford, to the concierge team, and they will go out and match that color for you. And then, of course, this is all at a price. That color will then be locked out of production. So that means even if the richest man in the world, or woman for that case, came out and said, hey, I have $5 billion. I want that blue color. They can't have it. It's locked out. It's literally a one of one. So the scary news is there's no official pricing yet on this color palette lockout system. There's also still no pricing yet on the performance pack. If you were with us with our last previous vlog, there was this really sexy dark red color that they unveiled, but they also talked about a performance pack that brings even more extra goodies to the Mustang GTD. Still no price on that. But we could still talk about that underneath the hood, as this thing is going up the hill climb, is a 5.2 liter supercharged V8. We know that. We don't know if it's Predator based. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Predator. I'm talking about the GT500, the previous generation of the Mustang Shelby GT500. That engine was called the Predator, 5.2 liters, supercharged V8, 760 horsepower. What Ford is saying about this engine, besides it being 5.2 liters in displacement and that it's supercharged, is that this is supposed to have 800 horsepower plus. Now, what does the plus really mean? Because if you are with us here on Raiti's Rides a lot, you would know that Shelby American is able to pump out crazy horsepower out of their Super Snakes. They've been doing it for years. So if Ford is going to do this Mustang GTD, how much more is plus? Is it 801 horsepower? Is it 900 horsepower? Or is it potentially 1,000 or more horsepower? Now, another facet about this Mustang, that's costing $325,000, is all the active aero on it. So you have those shutters underneath the vehicle that are opening and closing, allowing more or less air to travel through. You have that ginormous Thanksgiving Day, serve your turkey with the cranberry sauce rear wing that is full active aero. And then remember, you have the first ever transaxle in a Mustang, period. Now, you might be saying, well, my cousin, he could build that car for 50 grand, easy. Have at it, man. You and your cousin knock yourself out all day long. The engineering that is involved, the R&D to take the transmission and not have it bolted to the back of the engine like it's been like that since 1964 and a half, and now have a transaxle that's going to be available for production, regular ordinary production, that's unheard of. And the fact that pretty much every part of this car except for the frame is carbon fiber, and it's unique body. Look at that side venting on the fenders. That's all to relieve pressure buildup so that the car stays planted to the road. So very fascinating what we're learning. It's like we're getting these little just pieces of information that are being dropped like breadcrumbs, and they're leading us towards that day where we'll be here on Raiti's Rides to bring it to you. How much is this thing at the end of the day? What really is the horsepower, the performance? What's kind of cool is while the car is going up the hill climb, not too far away, but over in Germany, there's a Ford team specific that's living in Germany that is developing that car at the Nordschleife, making sure that it's going to break that 7-minute time barrier. Because remember, the mighty 911 GT3 RS, the 992 GT3 RS, currently available from Porsche, does have that record. It's like 6 minutes and 59 seconds or something like that. Interesting to see where they're going to go with this Mustang GTD performance-wise. But 7,500 people signed up. Because remember, you have to apply to this program to get the car. So 7,000 500 people have applied. It's going to be interesting to see. Ford did not say how many are going to be produced. They didn't say how many years it's going to be produced. Remember, the Ford GT, they eventually wound up extending production. Will they do that with the Mustang GTD? And yes, I know that the Ford GT, I mean, I'll say it, is more of a badass car than this is, but a Ford GT was $650,000 plus. I mean, now to get one pre-owned at Barrett-Jackson, at Mecum, on the interwebs, on Bring a Trailer, you're looking at over $1 million for most of the Ford GTs, the second gen with the EcoBoost engine. And still, the 05, 06 Ford GTs keep appreciating. Every time I wake up, they keep going up another couple grand in price to where now they're trading for 300 plus. And those are cars with miles on them. So it's going to be interesting to see how this Mustang GTD pans out. It'd be safe to assume that Ford is going to have some type of contract that the buyer is going to have to sign, and they'll have to hold on to it for at least a year. That's what the Mustang GTD, the Ford GT was. You had to hold on to it for at least a year. And remember, John Cena got himself in trouble because he wound up selling it to somebody who then took it to Mecum and blah, 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 blah. And then there was this like undisclosed amount of money that had to be, contributed to one of the Ford charities. Who knows? But all I do know is that I love this blue color on this Mustang GTD. I'm curious, will it be one of the standard colors or is it one of these optional colors? Also, what is going to be the price to do the extended color palette lockout? But let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about this vehicle. If you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raise Rides family. Of course, we need to give it up to LG Raiti. She's working that camera like the champion that she is. She's actually wearing her championship belt that she won 2 years ago in the WCW YouTube videographer competition. It was actually pretty badass. So Lori gave somebody a throat chop like you wouldn't believe. Knocked their Adam's apple all the way back to Sir Isaac Newton when it dropped on his head. So thank you, Lori, for being a badass. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.